This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.
You're listening to the Icon podcast. As always, I'm your host, Gianna, and today we have the opportunity of talking to Ben. Welcome to the show. Say hello to everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. So Ben, take us back. Who are you? Where are you from? How did you grow up to be a real estate agent?
Oh my gosh. It's been quite a few years now, actually. We just celebrated 7 years. So I'm actually based in the Central Florida area, was born and raised here, lived here my entire life, and got my real estate license after working toward building a marketing agency. And when I was building that marketing agency, I just hit a glass ceiling and got really burnt out of it and wanted to follow another passion. So I got my license, jumped into the world of real estate, and have been going at it for 7 years and just celebrated 4 years with EXP at my current brokerage. And we're about to celebrate 2 years of launching the Ben Laube Homes team, which is super exciting.
Awesome.
So it's been a roller coaster of a ride.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you've got a team going, and so how were you introduced to EXP then, Ben?
I was actually introduced by my sponsor, Jeff Funk. Funny enough, I knew him back in the day when I was a marketer and building websites. And before I got my real estate license, I actually worked with him to help him build his website for his real estate team. And eventually when I got into real estate, we became friends. And after my first 3 years of doing real estate, he reached out and he's like, hey, I just moved to EXP. You should really check out this model. And he sat down and showed it to me, and I couldn't get it out of my head.
Yeah,
And,
once you see it, you can't unsee it, huh?
Exactly. And so eventually I left where I was and went over.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. So how did that transition look like for you? How did it go breaking up with your broker? What was your thought process on that?
Well, the model was definitely the most intriguing thing that kept my attention. And I'm a numbers cruncher. So immediately I started crunching the numbers. And after looking at it, it made financial sense, right? And so that was the basis of my big decision, was the financial benefits of making the switch. And in my mind, I was like, well, if I don't produce any more after making the switch, if I just stay at the same level that I'm at, I would still be saving money and more money going into my pocket. So that was the big thing that kind of made it an easy decision. Leaving, the old brokerage was slightly difficult just because of, the friendships I had and the relationship I had with that broker. But it definitely, happened pretty quickly and smoothly once it was all, decided.
Right. Absolutely. Well, that's great, Ben. And so, my next question is going to be, now that you're over at EXP, what do you love about it, right? You've got the stock options, rev share, ability to build a team, online training, EXP world, all kinds of great things. So what's your favorite part about EXP? What keeps you here, or what's something that you enjoy now that maybe you didn't expect?
Oh my God, that's such a hard question to answer because there's so many things. So I think in the beginning, right before I joined, the thing that attracted me the most was the financial benefit and the revenue share. After I joined, the biggest realization I had was that what I was missing was collaboration.
Yep.
Right. Immediately, I was going from a single office brokerage where agents didn't talk to each other except when they were, out drinking at happy hour, but they wouldn't share anything about how they did business. And then after the switch, it was like, the floodgates opened with people reaching out and helping and offering, their listing presentations. And so that spirit of collaboration
sharing their secrets.
Yeah, sharing their secrets.
Mhm.
That was the biggest, like, oh, aha, like I didn't realize I was missing that. And then what's kept me around is definitely that spirit of collaboration and the ability to grow a team, right? So I came to EXP as an individual agent and then built my team. And if I wasn't able to scale, I wouldn't have stayed around for sure.
Right, that's great. And Ben, before we get into how you've grown as a business and entrepreneur, let's talk about you, right? So, how do you draw the line between work and play and manage this work-life balance that everybody talks about when you're in an industry that can swallow you whole if you let it?
Yeah, no, it's extremely difficult. And I always feel like balance is like happiness. It's something you have to work and strive for every single day. It's not something you you obtain and you can hold on to. Um, and I think it's just having, making sure when it comes to time blocking and scheduling out, that you're scheduling those down times as well, or those social times and family times, to make sure you set boundaries with your customers because you still want to provide excellent service, but set the expectation that, if they reach out to you at 11 p.m., it's going to be tomorrow when you get back to them, not reaching back out at 11:05, right? And so it's definitely been a struggle to maintain balance and that work life balance. And I have some great loved ones in my life that definitely keep me grounded and remind me the importance of not working too much and traveling is the real key for me. So we have another team member that is super successful, and he just hit a great milestone. And I said, okay, now that you've hit this milestone, you need to book a vacation, right? You have to, because you've been working your butt off for the last 8 months and I've seen you do it and you haven't gone anywhere. Like, I'm forcing you as a team leader, go book a trip because I
Want
need
to avoid
you
that
and your,
burnout.
yeah, I need you to avoid the burnout. I need your spouse to still like me, right?
And like you, I guess.
Yeah. And I need you to, like, take a break. And
Uh,
um the as we enter real estate and we have this passion to help others, and we can get, it can be kind of addicting to just work and work and work and provide service to others and obviously get paid pretty well for it. And so just constant reminders and having people remind me to be more balanced and take breaks is the big difference, or the big change that has helped.
Absolutely. That's awesome. And so, Ben, as a team leader, as a high producing real estate agent, as all those things, you obviously can't do it all. So, how do you leverage out some of the tasks that you have, right? Do you have assistants, virtual assistants? Do you kind of designate others on your team to be in charge of certain things? What are some of those tasks that you took off your plate to be able to scale that business up?
As much as possible.
Mhm.
I try to do as little as possible now.
Mhm.
Uh, in now, it's almost like having that mindset, right? How can I do less as a team leader, which forces me to really ask the question: what can other people? What can I delegate to other people? Which then allows me to focus on much bigger picture items. Um,
Mhm.
so, as an individual agent, before building the team, I got a virtual assistant, and that was a huge help because I was able to build some systems with that virtual assistant that let me double my business as an individual agent. So then when building the team, we already had a lot of those systems in place that could help the team members be more efficient. And we've just added and refined that over the time. Right now on our team, we have 34 agents, five support team members, and that includes two virtual TCs, a operations manager, a
Mhm.
marketing coordinator, and then we are working to have an in-house videographer and photographer. So
Awesome.
we just keep adding as we grow, and empowering those support team members to take on the ownership of their roles and guide them to take it from the current level to the next level.
Absolutely. No, that's great. And getting things off your plate is important. You've got to make hires to make more money, and that's just facts. So, Ben, let's talk production in your area then, right? So you're in Orlando, Florida. What does that average housing price look like for you? How many homes do you have to sell to be able to cap?
So the medium price right now is about 30.50. It's definitely
Mhm.
gone up in the last 12 months. And we think it's going to continue to rise. To cap here, God, I wish I actually knew the answer to that. I haven't done the math of that recently because
That's
I
okay.
don't, I don't look at
No,
that
that's okay.
metric.
A lot of people don't know that number, and it's because when you become an icon agent, you're mostly just doing like production, production, production. Oh, look, I've capped. It's been 3 weeks. I've
Yeah.
capped. So it's insane the level of, I guess, just like skill that you guys have achieved. So
Yeah.
yeah, Ben, my next
I
question is going
just,
to be though. Go
my
ahead. Sorry.
anniversary was actually August 1st. And I think
Okay.
yesterday I got an email that the transaction closing yesterday, I'm capping. So that'll
It's
be like a
August
first.
17th. It's August 17th.
Yeah,
Um,
I know. So
cool. Congratulations, Ben. That's huge. I want to know who keeps track of all these things because man, they've got to be busy and they probably see
yeah.
numbers when they sleep. But Ben, beyond just production, you also have a cultural commitment, right? So, that's being a mentor, a coach, icon panels, vetting other icons. So, if you do fulfill that cultural commitment part, what do you pick and why do you go with that route?
So originally, when I was first Icon, I was picking the mentor route, and so I had I think anywhere from 5 to 10 mentees, sorry, at a time, and then eventually that was before I started the team. So then when I started the team, actually some of those mentees became team members,
Mhm.
and so now that I run the team, my cultural commitment has shifted to doing. The iConversations and the Google Meets panels and providing feedback in that method. And I kind of enjoy that a bit more because um, just a larger variety of audience, and I get to meet a lot of other cool icons being on those panels and seeing what other icon members do and the different strategies that different people have in different parts of the country.
Absolutely. No, that's awesome. And as much as you're teaching EXP people, mentoring, coaching, being on icon panels, you're also taking in a lot of information as well. So it's a win-win. I think it's a great staple that EXP has introduced to have icons be mandated really to do this to earn some of their cap back in stock because it really like the culture you said earlier, sharing the secrets and being open and knowledgeable in this brokerage. It's insane, and it's what sets it apart from the other ones out in the industry, and it's what draws a lot of people in as well. And Ben, as an icon agent, you get your cap back in stock, opportunity to go to EXPCon, shareholders, a big glass shiny trophy. So what's your favorite part about being an icon agent? What benefit do you enjoy the most? Why do you keep it on the list of standards for yourself?
So financially, I think the stock is the biggest benefit, right? Because effectively, since we get our $16,000 cap back as stock, essentially where EXP is essentially paying us to come and work here and support and share with others. So that's so cool and very badass. I think the newest benefit that I've really enjoyed was this past shareholder summit. They had that icon specific like 4 hour event after the shareholder summit, and that was the first time they did such a big one, and that was awesome because it was well, one, we were fed, and
True. Yep,
they
I
gave
was there.
fed and drinks and they had great presentations and like behind the scenes information, and it was super exclusive. I mean, the room was full. I mean, there was
Right. And it was cool.
like
They had like little mini masterminds at every table, right? Like
yeah,
just like the
and so
networking and sharing ideas.
yeah, and I love bouncing around and just meeting other icons, and so that, and I know they're going to do that in EXPCon. I saw it on the agenda, so I was super excited. I was like, yes, because those exclusive kind of networking events are, I think, my new favorite like benefit of being an icon.
Absolutely. I love that, Ben. And, those events are what get people excited about it. And, it makes it just that much more of an elite status, right? It's something that people want to attain. And it's a tough goal. And speaking of that, as it being a tough goal, say somebody's just gotten onboarded with EXP, either they're a rookie, they've been in the real estate world for a while, they see this icon award. right? They want that icon award. Is it possible for them to achieve that within their first year with EXP? What are some goals to set out every day for that, or some big mistakes to avoid?
Great question. So, my philosophy is like whatever you focus on changes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, if icon is a goal for you, and I think it should be the goal for everyone who joins EXP, you need to break down that goal into attainable steps throughout the year, right? And then focus on it. Have it on your vision board. Have a tracker where you're looking at every month, so you know how much progress you're making toward this goal. Be very mindful of the deals in your pipeline, because the tricky part in real estate is you have 12 months to complete this goal, and transactions, at least in Florida, take 30 to 45 days, right? So when you're in month 11, like that's really when you're going to know if you're going to make it in month 12 or not. So you got to be almost like a month ahead. Your actions have to be a month ahead of, so that your production aligns with hitting that goal. And I think just focusing on it and setting those milestones, so you know how many deals you need to hit a quarter to make that goal, is key. Give yourself a buffer, add two, because things fall apart last minute.
And you would hate to lose that icon award by 2 transactions, right?
Oh my God, I would, yeah. Would die.
A lot of icons have been there before they've iconed, and it's painful. So Ben, I think that's great advice to set out mini goals. Lean into your mentors and surround yourself with people that have done it themselves, and ask for advice. Raise your hand if you have questions. It's okay, and that's something that EXP definitely encourages. And Ben, were you ever skeptical of EXP when it was first introduced to you? Kind of too good to be true, the grass is always greener kind of way?
Definitely a little bit in the beginning, just because, I'm a numbers cruncher, and I was like, how does this math work? Like, rev share sounds great, but like, what's the proof to the pudding after, I actually have, sponsees. So it was, a learning process, but it was very clear after coming on board. And we tell everyone that we bring on board now, like, joining EXP is like drinking from a fire hydrant for at least the first 2 months, right? You're bombarded with information, and that's immediately how you know how many resources our brokerage provides, a new agent. But it can be overwhelming. So you got to piecemeal it out, and you got to, like you said, tap into your mentors, tap into your sponsor network, and really ask questions and raise hands. And that way you can shift through all the information to really kind of know what you need to focus on.
Absolutely. And Ben, for somebody, that's a great leeway to talk to somebody who may be watching right now, and they see the greener grass at EXP, but of course their broker doesn't want them to move over here. So we're a pyramid scheme. We're a cult. Don't drink the Kool-Aid at EXP, because none of it's attainable. So what would you have to say to somebody watching right now that is nervous to make the jump?
It's a very financially rewarding cult.
It pays well to be part of this cult.
Yeah. I'm kidding. Kind of. But no, I mean, you got to focus on, what you're missing, right? If you're at a brokerage and you're unhappy, or you feel like you're missing resources, or you're missing support. I mean, the most common thing we see when people come over is they're missing support, right? They don't have either a colleague, or worse, their broker that answers their questions, right? And so, I think a bad environment, or an average environment is going to determine your success, right? So if you think EXP is going to be better at all in one of the many facets of the things that EXP provides, take that leap of faith, take that jump, and give it, 6 months to a year, and kind of see how our environment helps you flourish, right?
Absolutely.
But you got to stay plugged in. The people who don't last at EXP are the ones who don't stay plugged in.
Right. Absolutely. Or they're not self-starters, or they don't want to raise their hand, or they don't, want to be in these rooms with people that are doing business at the scale they want to be because they're intimidated. But they need to be seeing that as an opportunity to plug in and learn. And that's just the atmosphere that EXP caters to. And Ben, are you going to EXP Con?
Of course.
Okay, good. I was hoping you wouldn't miss it. Definitely come say hi to me at the Sphere Rocket VA booth. And Ben, is there anything you want to wrap up with today, as we're just over 20 minutes? Leave the listeners with?
Yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything EXP related or how to run a team, don't hesitate to reach out, connect with me on social media, and I'd be happy to answer it.
That's right. That's, again, the morale here at EXP. If you're with us or not, raise your hand, ask questions, pick our brains, and we're happy to show you the great things about EXP and why we love it here and this financially rewarding cult. Awesome. Ben, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you in Vegas, and thank you for your time today.
Likewise. Thank you.
Bye.
This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success, and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.